Hi everyone, it's Webby Mom from Sims 3 Musketeers and the Sims Daily Forum again. Welcome back to my tutorial on how to build a real-life house plan in The Sims. And you'll see I've got what we left off with in the first one, plus a few extra things here just to start us off and hopefully make this one a little less tedious. And I'm kind of learning as I go. What I like to do, this whole plan is also, this whole method helps you decide what kind of a lot you need for this house. So I total up, my front width by my side width, length, and so we've got 11 total here. So this is a narrow house, but of course there's supposed to be 3 or 4 of them in a row. So I will have to take that into account when I, make these apartments. But anyways, that's what you would do. If you had a 20 square wide house, then you could do the house on a 25 by 30 lot or a 30 by 30 lot, and it would fit, and you'd have room for a little bit of landscaping, or you could do it on a bigger lot and have more landscaping, that kind of thing, right? So it gives you a good idea of what kind of lot this house plan will actually need to be built on for what you want to do with it. I also got rid of the printing on the sides here because we're going to need some room for more numbers. When I was looking at how to approach this, first of all, I thought the garage was my anchor last time, and it should be this time. Basically, I need 7 by 3, so I need this garage to have at least 7 spaces in it to hold a car. Well, actually a car parking spot, So the thing is, this garage looks a little bit bigger than that, but it's not going to work out with the other half of my house if I make the garage bigger than this 7 by 3. So let me show you what I mean. This again is going to be my anchor, this car right here, because if I want to have this garage, that's got to fit. Okay, so I've changed my color, so all the horizontal stuff is going to be in blue. So this is obviously our anchor line is right along the front here. Okay, now take into account that there is a step here. So depending on whether you put this house on a foundation and what height of a foundation you're going to need, please remember to add that on. If you're going to need another whole square for a step, a little staircase here, then make sure you kind of add that out here so that oh, I need another square out the front of this lot, Otherwise you're going to pick a too small lot and you'll be disappointed and you'll probably blame me and I'll be really sad. Okay, so what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to split this porch in two because small porches, and as we have it now, I've doubled the width so it's 4 squares wide, but it's still only 1 square long if you look at it on the plan. We really don't want that. We need a 2 square, I should say deep. Yeah, 2 square deep. So we're going to do that. We're going to drag this right through for now. And then our wall, of course, will be right there. So now we've got 2 squares here, okay? And again, then we're going to go off of this side here. We're going to need a square for these doors to be opposite each other, which again is a good reason to put 2 square widths into the hallway so that these doors can actually be opposite of each other and, still open happily. So I think I actually figured out ahead of time that this little utility thing is going to be 3 squares deep. So let's start with the wall because the wall has to go in there. And this will be the sink sort of in the toilet or whatever. Maybe I'll put an all-in-one in there because I really hate showering and all that stuff. Okay, and then there's going to be a square right in between. Let's go back to our red so we can mark this up a bit. So here is 2 squares, okay? And this is going to be 3 squares. And I will put some numbers in here just to keep us on track because, all these visuals, it's getting a little cluttered. And you don't have to draw them right across. You can just, but it helps for me. Let's go back to here and we'll put 3. Okay. Now, if you remember, back over here we had a, 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a square right through the middle of this, which is not going to be the water closet. I'm totally ignoring that water closet. Thought I changed tools there. Did it again. Okay. Sorry. Really, I'm trying to be suave about this, but I'm no flabba leaky. Okay, so there we go. Now we've got the 2 squares here. So I'm actually just gonna go down to here. Oh, come on. It doesn't want to duplicate for me. Oh, fine. Come back to text. Okay, so we've got 2 there. Now, if you look, we actually have 7 squares here. Okay, so let me just go back to my background. Let me just write that up for you here. Which, it's not in red, sorry. And I draw horribly on these things. So that 7 squares equals the 7 we're going to need for this. So it's not a big garage, but then again, it's not a big apartment, okay? So that's working for me. I don't mind that at all. So we're going to be able to fit this into the garage. No, we won't have extra storage or room for, you know, a sculpting machine or anything like that, but that's not the purpose of this house. This house is an apartment, and it may be a 1 or 2 person apartment in my brain, and so that works for me, okay? Alrighty, back to the lines. So now we're not going to continue up this side because there's really not a lot to anchor anything on here, but this is important. This is the kitchen, and you know, we want all these things to fit in, and we want Sims to have room to do their thing, and we want it to look nice. So basically, the kitchen is an awesome place to anchor a house or to anchor a side because it's so well laid out. We know this could be easily a counter, and then of course you're going to have, oh, I'm really starting badly here. Okay, counter, and then we got a fridge, and then it looks like we could have actually 2 counter spaces in here, and then a sink, because of course most Sim sinks are not 2 spaces deep, they're only 1. So I'm gonna go like that. There we go, and see, we're just partitioning off, you know, from the counters that are there. Bingo, we're done. Almost on that side. There's a little bit over here. So now we'll count these up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares from this wall to that wall. So let's put that number in so that we know. Oh my goodness. I look down and lose what I'm doing. Okay. 8 squares here. That means there's 8 squares over here as well. And now we have this outside area. I would totally, I mean, this looks like, you know, 2 square length of wall, so let's do that right there. 1 and 2, you know, whatever, close enough. And then you have a bit of a terrace. So if you want to keep this terrace, you want to think, you know, for your lot size, you want to think I'm going to have another 2 squares of terrace there, you know. So that's going to be another 4 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. So let's put 4 in there. And then we can add up this entire side, and you know, you'll get 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm counting on my fingers. So all together on this side, you're going to get 19. You could even it out and go 20 and, you know, make one end or the other sort of a little bit more, but we're just going to go 19. We'll put it over here and call that a day. There you go. So it looks really cluttered, you know, but now you know you've got an 11 by 19 area to work in. Actually, you could put 20 because I forgot the stairs over here, and that's 1, so it could be 20. And, you know, if you're going to, obviously for me, I'm going to do apartments, so I'll do at least 2 of these units, so I will need at least 22 feet wide of available building area for this house. I also have my total layout. Once I start building, I know exactly what my area is going to be, where my walls are supposed to go, and this becomes your blueprint for whatever you end up doing in your building. That's basically my method. This part was so easy because, like I say, the kitchen is awesome for that kind of thing. And if you have questions or comments, leave them below this post. And if you would like to see me build this house, just let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll do a tutorial as I build it. Thanks for watching.